The top 10 richest Asian countries are ranked by GDP per capita, PPP. This is a list of Asian countries by GDP per capita. All figures given in international dollars are the latest estimates from International Monetary. Please subscribe, like, share, and click the bell for more notifications. Here is the list of the top 10 richest countries, their GDP per PPP, and some factors contributing to their wealth. These factors, combined with a culture of entrepreneurship and innovation, a high standard of living and economic prosperity, fiscal management and strategic investments, strategic economic policies, and global trade relationships. Number 1. Singapore continues to be one of the richest countries in Asia as of 2024. Its high GDP per capita, robust financial sector, strategic location, and strong economic policies contribute to its wealth. Singapore's success is driven by its efficient government, business-friendly environment, and status as a global financial hub. The country also excels in sectors like technology, manufacturing, and services, further bolstering its economy. Here are some of the most important ones. Manufacturing. This sector includes electronics, chemicals, biomedical sciences, and precision engineering. Singapore is known for its high-tech manufacturing capabilities. Tourism. Singapore attracts millions of tourists each year, thanks to its diverse attractions, shopping, and cultural experiences. The tourism sector is a significant part of the economy. Qatar is indeed considered the second richest country in Asia based on GDP per capita. Qatar's wealth primarily comes from its vast oil and natural gas reserves. This small nation on the Arabian Peninsula has leveraged its natural resources to achieve significant economic prosperity. Apart from its vast oil and natural gas reserves, several other factors contribute to Qatar's wealth. Infrastructure development. The country has invested heavily in infrastructure, including the construction of modern cities, transportation networks, and facilities for international events like the FIFA World Cup 2022. Education and innovation. Qatar has focused on education and innovation, establishing institutions like Education City, which hosts branches of several leading international universities. Number 3. Macau is a highly developed market economy. Gambling and tourism. Macau is renowned for its casinos, which attract millions of tourists annually. This industry is a significant contributor to its GDP. Open economy. Since its handover to China in 1999, Macau has maintained one of the most open economies in the Asia. Number 4. The United Arab Emirates, UAE, is indeed one of the wealthiest countries in Asia. It ranks as the fourth richest country in the region based on GDP per capita. The UAE's wealth primarily comes from its vast oil and gas reserves, but it has also diversified its economy with significant investments in finance, tourism, and trade. Strategic location, strong financial reserves, large sovereign wealth fund, promising investor home economies, consistent government spending, progressive policy of economic diversification, free zones and increased foreign direct investment contribute to the UAE's robust economy. Number 5. Brunei. Yes, Brunei is indeed one of the wealthiest countries in Asia. It ranks among the top 5 richest countries in the region based on GDP per capita. Brunei's wealth primarily comes from its extensive oil and gas reserves, which contribute significantly to its economy. Brunei's wealth can be attributed to several key factors. Oil and gas reserves. Brunei has significant oil and natural gas reserves, which are the primary sources of its wealth. The country is one of the largest producers of oil in Southeast Asia and has substantial natural gas reserves. Number 5. Taiwan. Taiwan is one of the richest economies in Asia excluding OPEC/Open Plus countries, ranking alongside South Korea, Japan, Singapore, New Zealand, Australia, and Hong Kong. Over the past 10 years, GDP has grown by an average of 3.2%, making it one of the fastest-growing countries among high-income countries. Services industry. The services industry contributes 73% of Taiwan's GDP. Number 7. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is indeed one of the richest nations in Asia. It ranks as the 7th richest country in the region by GDP per capita. The country's wealth is primarily derived from its vast oil reserves, which have made it the largest economy in the Middle East. Additionally, Saudi Arabia is a high-income economy and a member of the G20 major economies. Oil reserves: Saudi Arabia has some of the largest proven oil reserves in the world. The oil sector accounts for about 40% of the country's GDP and 75% of its fiscal revenue. This has made Saudi Arabia the largest exporter of petroleum globally. Economic reforms: under Vision 2030, Saudi Arabia is implementing significant economic reforms to reduce its dependence on oil. This includes developing sectors like tourism, entertainment, and financial services. Number 8. Bahrain. Bahrain is indeed one of the richest nations in Asia. It ranks as the 8th richest country in the region by GDP per capita. Bahrain's wealth is primarily driven by several key factors. Oil and gas: although Bahrain has smaller oil reserves compared to its neighbors, petroleum production and processing still play a significant role, accounting for 60% of the country's exports. Economic diversification: Bahrain has made significant efforts to diversify its economy away from oil. The non-oil sector now contributes over 80% to the country's GDP, with key industries including aluminum smelting, ship repairing, and tourism. Number 9. South Korea. South Korea is indeed one of the richest nations in Asia. It ranks as the 9th richest country in the region by GDP per capita. South Korea's economy is highly advanced and diversified, with strong sectors in technology, automotive, and manufacturing. Companies like Samsung, LG, and Hyundai are global leaders originating from South Korea. South Korea's wealth can be attributed to several key factors. Export-oriented economy: South Korea has a strong focus on exports, particularly in electronics, automobiles, and shipbuilding. Major companies like Samsung, LG, and Hyundai are global leaders. Innovation and technology: the country invests heavily in research and development, R&D, spending a significant portion of its GDP on innovation. This has helped South Korea stay competitive in high-tech industries. Number 9. Israel. Yes, Israel is considered the 3rd richest country in Asia based on GDP per capita. As of 2024, this high ranking is largely due to its advanced economy, which focuses on sectors like software, telecommunications, and biotechnology. Several factors contribute to Israel's wealth. Innovation and technology: Israel is known as the startup nation due to its high number of startups and technological advancements. The country invests heavily in research and development, R&D, particularly in fields like cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, and medical technology. Natural resources: recent discoveries of natural gas reserves in the Mediterranean Sea have boosted Israel's energy sector, reducing energy imports and increasing exports. Perhaps the most commonly used economic indicator is GDP, which measures the total value of all the goods and services produced by a nation during a given period, typically a year. This all-in-one approach makes GDP an excellent at-a-glance snapshot of a country's present economic health.